Several wildfires burning across the state, mostly in rural areas. And when those wildfires do break out, large fire stations often aren't close enough to respond quickly, so volunteer firefighters can rush in first. But the Silver King fire in Piute County is highlighting the tough times for those small fire departments. Our Southern Utah correspondent Cannon Sechrist explains.
Small fire stations in rural Utah often ask for help from volunteers in nearby towns, but Marysvale Fire is asking for a different type of help, donations through their Venmo account to help pay for some new equipment. Marysvale Fire Chief John Christensen, one of the first responders to the Silver King fire, which has burned nearly 18,000 acres, talks about the staffing at his department.
My entire fire department is volunteers. Most of the things that need to get done in town are usually done by volunteers. Just about everything at the county level, if it gets big enough, is done by volunteers. So volunteerism is the only way we function here.
The problem with a volunteer-based department is that you never know how many people you'll have available at any time of the day. Chief D'Ambrosio with Dameron Valley Fire speaks on the importance of volunteer departments.
I would say they're instrumental to the community. The problem is they're not treated that way. They are almost all throughout the country severely underfunded. Their equipment is extremely old. And then on top of that, because of our economy, you don't have the volunteers.
Sadly, Marysvale Fire Department is no exception, with their volunteers being down, little to no funding, and their newest truck being a 1995 Ford F-350 brush truck.
I don't think people understand. They just see a firehouse and they just see a fire truck and they call 911 and somebody shows up and puts a fire out, hopefully. There's so much work that goes into this, and there's just not enough time in the day. There's not enough people, and there certainly isn't enough money.
John also expressed his gratitude for the Department of Natural Resources, saying that without them, his department wouldn't be where they are today. But he also brought up that this is a much bigger problem than just the state of Utah.
This is a federal issue, and there needs to be more money coming down, and there needs to be a bigger sense. They bring their crews in, they come in, they do what they need to do, and then they leave. And we need something that's going to stick with us a little bit longer.
If you'd like to help donate to Marysvale Fire for newer equipment, their username is @Marysvale Relief. In Southern Utah, Cannon Sechrist, ABC 4 News.